Hello, pet parents of Regina, or wherever you might be. Welcome to Furry Friday, where we are talking about Pet Wellness Month. You guys, October is Pet Wellness Month. So we have got some really interesting things to talk about all October that have to do with the overall wellness of our pets. Because of course, part of keeping them as healthy as possible is looking after their wellness. And it goes beyond food. Food is just one of the things that we want to do to keep our little furry guys happy and healthy. But their overall wellness, which includes... They don't like the mask. They do not like the mask. And they just noticed it, apparently. All right. We will take the masks off, you guys. Hello, it is us. If you were fooled, it was us all along. So, as I was saying, October, Pet Wellness Month. We've got lots of things that we want to look at with regards to our pets' wellness. It isn't just all about food. It is about exercise, it's about environmental stressors or stimulants, it's about genetics, so many things to talk about. And because October is all about Pet Wellness Month, you know that we're going to be all about the teaching of the pet wellness. So, Ella is a good sport. Uh-oh.
Now you're bleeding.
I'm bleeding.
Wow.
Okay, so I am also a good sport mother. And Ella has to do what she's told. Hey there. Okay, you guys. So what we're going to do today, what we want to talk about today is not only physical exercise, but also mental stimulation for the pups. This aligns well with wellness, right? Just like for us, we want to get out there, we want to exercise, but we also need that mental stimulation. And we get it in a variety of different ways. We sometimes have to be a little bit more creative with the puppers because we can get mental stimulation by reading a book or watching a movie or interacting with friends. Books and TV maybe don't interest the furry guys so much. So we have to find different ways to mentally stimulate them as well as physically exercise them. So of course, you know, physical exercise comes in the form of play. It comes in the form of walks or jogs or rollerblading, whatever you're doing with your babe, to get them out there and get them moving. It's so important. Even walks. We talk about it a little bit with, there's walks for exercise, but then there are also sniffari walks, where we just get out there and we let them explore and we let them sniff and we let them see their world, because they see their world through their nose more so than their eyes, right? So sniffari walks, totally important, especially when the pups, the older they get, the more important it is to exercise. I have read information that says if your dog is 7 years or older, they should be walking every single day. So, Zaner, as you know, little tiny guy, Sarah says Memphis prefers the sniffaris. Lots of them do. I'm telling you, if I let Zaner have his say, every walk would be a pee party, you guys. He's got to sniff it and pee on it, sniff it and pee on it. So it would be a pee party, that's what I call it. Sometimes I let the little man out there and he can go for his pee parties, and other times we're out there to get some exercise and do his cardio, right? And then I tell him he's got big muscles when we get back. But when your dog is 7 years or older, it is important that we're walking them every day. Every day. Zaner, tiny little guy, winter comes when snowbanks are higher than him and not everybody shovels their streets or their sidewalks. It's still important for me to exercise him because you all know that the little boy is 8 years young, and he loves treadmills. Loves them. So if you have a treadmill, but the weather is ugly outside, you can absolutely walk your dog on the treadmill. It doesn't take long at all to teach them. Zaner picked it up so quick. Now when I put him on treadmills, when I stop the treadmill because his workout is done, he looks at me like, what, are you kidding? Because he wants to keep walking. But winter is coming. And so we know that the weather is going to start to cool off, and we really have to pick our, well, the forecast looks good. It looks like it's not going to be super cold right away, but we know that winter is coming. And so we wanted to go over some different ways that we can mentally stimulate our pups, even if we can't get them outside for a walk. And the other thing that I will mention is mental stimulation. Whether they're learning or they're in training or they have to figure things out with some of the things that we're going to show you guys, that can be more physically exhausting for them than actual physical exercise. So they'll probably sleep harder when we mentally stimulate them, and that's super important. So I'm going to ask Ella, what is her favorite thing to talk about when it comes to mental stimulation for the furry guys?
Perfect. So my favorite thing, it all depends on your dog. You need to know what your dog likes and what they like to do and the things that they'll engage with. So I have a 10-year-old Shih Tzu, 11-year-old Shih Tzu Yorkie. She's way different than my 10-month-old puppy. So I really like puzzles, I like Licky Max, I like interactive toys that really have to make them use their brains. Because 15 minutes of doing that, do it before bedtime, then they can settle right into bedtime and hopefully sleep the whole night without bothering you. So there's a couple different options that we have here. I don't know if we can see all of them.
You're going to have to grab the things.
Cool. So first option, I always recommend these if you have a puppy or if you have like a working dog, like any sort of shepherds, huskies, border collies, even tiny little dogs. They're originally bred to like hunt things and to solve puzzles. So puzzles are super good for them. It helps a lot to help tire them out, but it also helps because this is one of the things that dogs crave. They crave that mental stimulation and they want to be able to figure things out and have that little satisfaction. That's what their brains are designed to do. So we've got different levels. We've got ones for puppies that have no idea how to work puzzles, and then we have ones for like extreme puzzle experts, but they all kind of work by placing some sort of treats or treats or food in there, a dry food, and they have to solve it. So this one, they can pull out these little compartments here, but then you can also lock them with the bones. So then they have to twist the bones in order to pull them out. So there's multi-step puzzles, there's single-step puzzles, lots of options for puzzles.
Perfect. I'm going to, this is one of Zayner's favorite, you guys, because he can eat, and you know he's a foodie. So we have a variety of different Licky Mats. Licky Mats can be used to create that mental stimulation. They also provide a soothing effect because the activity of licking is actually quite soothing for them. I just want to let you guys know that they're here. Licky Mats can be used for mental stimulation, they can be used for treats, or they can be used for meals. If you have a furry guy who just gobble snarks his food down, that's what I always tell Zayner he does. They gobble snark their food down, and it's not such an issue for Zayner if everything is good and he's feeling okay. But if he has a little bit of a touchy tummy, I always move his meals then to a Licky Mat so that he slows down. He has to be deliberate about getting the food in. But if I'm using this for interactive stimulation with Zayner, a couple things that we can do to do that. I'll just put these back here. I use the Tiki Dog Sticks, which is literally just kind of like a creamy bone broth, low calorie. I can put some of that on his Licky Mat, and then I can crumble on some freeze-dried raw so that he has to like pull those little parts of food out. The other thing he loves, he is his mother's child, I tell you, peanut butter. And of course I'm using pup safe peanut butter that we of course sell here because it's natural, it has no sugars added, they don't use oil when they process with the nuts, healthy good stuff. And I can smear a little bit of that. Pumpkin, which I forgot to bring up here. But one other thing I was going to mention, an easy thing to do if we're trying to get powdered supplements into the furry guys and they're not too interested with it being in their food, or they don't like their food having any type of liquid or bone broth or goat's milk, we can build a licky mat with either some peanut butter or some pumpkin or some yogurt or some tiki dog, and we can include some of their supplements so that we can even make the interactive experience even more healthy. Okay, Ella is up next. She's gonna tell you her next favorite.
Perfect. So another thing that I like are interactive toys. We have these ones in like soft rubber style. There we go, we're popular today. There we go. So we've got these guys, these are the soda pup. They're a hard rubber type, and these are a bit softer, they're the Kongs. So if you have a puppy, I usually recommend you go for the Kong. These are great, these are amazing. You can fill them with all the same things that you're doing with the licky mats, and then freeze them. So these are great. These are really big, so you can put a lot of stuff in there. I like doing these in the winter time when I can't take my dogs out for a walk. If you've ever met Rue, she sleeps the whole time when she's in store, but when she's outside a store, she wants to go, she wants to do things, she wants to be involved with everything. So these are a really great option. You can freeze their food in there. If you're a raw feeder, you can just stuff it in, freeze it. If you feed dry foods, you can add in like a bone broth or a goat's milk or any of those Greek yogurt types of things, and then freeze it like that. So that's a great way to feed their meals so they're actually engaged and wanting to use their brain while kind of tiring them out. And if you have a puppy, it gives you like 30 minutes where you can go and do laundry, you can do things. So these are really good options. We also have options for the big guys as well. So these are our extra large Kongs here. So they're extra durable, they're huge. You can put full meals in there, you can put just snacks. A lot of people, they'll freeze like a bully stick in the end of it as well. So they've got to eat down the bully stick and then eat the whole thing. These are great if you have company over as well. Hopefully with COVID, we can now have people over this holiday season. So these are great to keep your dogs entertained when you want to just relax with your family. These are another good option. They've got a hole in them. You can do whatever you'd like with that. You can hide food around the house. There's lots of different ways that you can engage your dog's brains without having to go outside. Oops.
Are we on to another one?
That one there. Yeah.
Alrighty, you guys. Check out these super cute interactive toys. We have the Chewy Vuitton from Paris. So these are the little burrow toys, right? Where you get 3 little toys that go inside and you put them inside and your pup works to take them out, or sometimes they put them inside, but it stimulates their brains. Oh, we've got another new one.
We got the Starbucks one.
Starbucks that has the little coffee mugs that go in. And of course, we've got our Garona with the 3 little Garona balls that go in and out of the interactive house. So those are super easy ways. Those we don't need to put treats or anything, but possibly initially when you're first teaching the furry guys how to use them, you might put a couple little treats in there. We talked about these ones too?
Talked about those ones.
Perfect.
Yeah, talked about common, soda pop, all things.
So we have lots of interactive toys, you guys. So again, physical exercise, very important. We're talking about pet wellness all month long. Physical exercise, very, very important for the furry guys. But on those days that we just can't get them out because it's too cold or it's too snowy or it's whatever, or maybe they had some sort of a little injury or an operation and they've got to rest, but we still want to stimulate them. Mental stimulation is the best bet. We've got tons of ways to do that. What else were you thinking about this particular Furry Friday, Ella?
I think it's just very important to know your animal in these situations. If you have a little Shih Tzu Yorkie like me, getting her out for a 30-minute walk, that's perfect. Anything more, it's going to put too much pressure on her joints and she can't do anything more.
Because she's older though.
Because she's older,
Yeah.
exactly. She's a senior citizen and she shows it. That's the way she is. Some senior citizens, they can go for like their 2-hour-long walk and look amazing and do it every single day. Sadie applauds you guys, but
Yeah.
Sadie cannot do that stuff. Rue, on the other hand, she's working bred, so she likes to solve like those little tiny puzzles. So if you have one of those types of dogs that needs that, physical exercise, so important, but that's a walk in the park for them, right? If you have those types of dogs, you know you have to engage them in different ways, whether that's like teaching them new tricks, taking them on snifaris. That always works really, really well with Rue. I buy like a 15-foot long lead and we just go and we walk and we smell and we do all those sorts of things. Those are great. Just little puzzles and making every single little task a little bit harder for them. Super great.
I use the puzzles with Zaner too, and of course, because he is the ultimate foodie, it doesn't take him long to figure those puzzles up. So then, of course, that's what I like, that there's different levels of puzzles. So when you've got your like little beginner furry guys, all the way up to your veteran furry guys, they've got different levels of puzzles that they can work their way through. Last thing I wanted to talk about was, if you didn't hear last week, I'm gonna grab it.
Oh yes, these are fun. I like these ones.
We have our charcuterie bowls just in time for Thanksgiving. You can't see through the fog. However, you guys, this is a fantastic little way to let your furry guys sample a huge variety of treats. We've got chicken necks, chicken feet, quail eggs, beef lung, goat cheese, freeze-dried lamb, cranberry whip,
Yeah.
bacon cheddar biscuits, peas, and blueberries.
I think that's all.
I think that's
Yeah,
it.
You got it.
But they're all in here, charcuterie bowls, just in time for Thanksgiving. So you can keep them in the freezer and you can serve them frozen, or if you want, you can pull them, pull out what you need 15, 20 minutes before you feed to the furry guys. Let it thaw a little bit. These are here for Thanksgiving. They are $24.99. If you want your charcuterie bowl, you can order online or you can pop in store. You could even use some of these in interactive toys
for
for
sure.
pet wellness.
Of course.
All right. So you guys, thank you so much for spending some of your Friday afternoon with us. We are here until 6 o'clock tonight. We're here all day, 11 till 6 tomorrow, closed on Sunday, back again on Monday. So I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. If we don't see you in store, we'll see you online next time.
Bye.
Bye.
You freak out the dogs. Oh man.